Hey you guys, it's Max, owner of Max's Best Bootcamp, and thank you for tuning in to our very first episode, Max's Best Bootcamp TV. Really appreciate it. Got an awesome show. I have some fitness rock stars here to my side that have decided to come on and share some of their fitness stories and journey with us. So thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it. And just as far as what this show is about, you know, this has really been a vision of mine that I want to try and inspire our community from a local level. So, you know, we're going to be talking about fitness tips. We're going to give you guys like exercise tips, recipes. We're going to have a Ask Max segment where you can email me or hit us on the social medias, ask any questions that you've been dying to ask and know the answers to. And we're just going to try and motivate you guys to get off the couch and get moving a little bit more. You, your family, your friends. That's what it's about. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor to these guys. We're going to do some questions. Since it's our first show, you guys, maybe you can tell us like maybe your first experience with fitness. So not necessarily, now we work out together. A lot of people may not know that, but these guys are kicking butt. But like your first like fitness experience, gym class, I don't know.
Well, I never was an athlete, ever.
No?
No, growing up I was not an athlete.
Yeah.
And as I got older, I started seeing my children become athletes, right. And I wanted to be as strong and fit as they were becoming.
I love that.
So Tricia and I started working out together with you 2 years ago.
Right.
And now we're pretty addicted.
So you guys, so you're addicted now at this point.
Totally. Oh, yes.
Yeah. And the workouts are way fun. If you haven't tried it, definitely come and try us out. So that's really awesome. So your kid pretty much inspired to get going.
Yes.
And before that, like no exercise at all?
We did classes. We did classes, and we could see your class from where we were doing classes.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
And we played tennis together. But you know, we were raising children, and that took a lot of focus for many, many years.
Right.
And once we started coming out of that cloud, we realized it was time to do something for us, and
made some time.
Get healthier. As you're getting older, it's harder to be healthy. And
but like, you know, we see that a lot where people will come in like, you know, recently just had some kids and made, you know, it's all about the kid. Now I'm a single guy. I can relate maybe a little bit, but I don't totally understand it yet. But I totally can respect the fact that it's all about the family. Like you're raising those kids, you want to bring them into the world the best you can. So it's all about them. But then, you know, there's going to be a time where you're just like, I got to make some time for me. So that's what you did?
That's what we did.
Love that.
And it's been great doing it together.
That is cool. Workout buddies.
For sure.
Right. That's so cool. What about some of your fitness experiences?
I started when I was in high school. No, nothing on organized level. It was just playing soccer or playing basketball.
Like in gym or like on teams?
Just like nothing, you know, very competitive. It just us just playing together, and that was pretty much it until I started going to the gym, and I stopped because of work hours and slowed down until I found your gym, and. I mean, it was probably the best experience I've ever had. It was very competitive.
He has to say that now because he's on the show.
No, it's true. I mean, I've been doing it not for long, not like them, but it's been almost 2 months.
It's like 2 months now, right?
Yeah, but it's a very, very good experience, and
awesome.
I'm really into it.
Love that.
And you're addicted too.
And
you're there a lot.
True.
He is coming pretty regular, so that's awesome.
And then I have a wedding coming up, so that's my motivation. I just want.
Okay, so that's a great segue into like my next thing, which is like motivation. You were saying like the kids motivated you, and now you're just addicted. So, but you guys are doing it for you. But you know, the wedding coming up, that's very exciting.
I've gained a lot of weight.
What's the date?
August 24th.
August 24th.
Yeah.
He just invited the whole audience. Where is it going to be?
In New Rochelle, absolutely. You can crash it. You don't need an invitation.
Crash the wedding.
Yeah, just crash it.
We'll be there.
And he's going to have all healthy food too. It's like, you know, no drinking or anything like that going on. No. Yeah. So I think it's always good to have a little extra motivation. We could all use a little extra motivation. When we do our training programs, we kind of, we do have workout buddies, and like I know like some of our people will call or text each other, be like, you're going, because I'm going this morning, right? Yep. So it's great to have that accountability, but a little extra motivation from little things like, got a wedding coming up, right? That's what in your situation, using that as a little extra.
So yeah, I mean, this is the heaviest I've been, so I've been trying to tone it down.
Right.
But the wedding definitely is the biggest.
It's good to have little like short-term motivators, or like what about a vacation, like a trip coming up?
Summer.
Now we're using the summertime. Yeah. How many days? You get the countdown?
58.
57.
Yeah.
57. At the time of the show, we're filming this, we have 57 days till summer. So best time of the year for sure. So we're using that as a little extra motivation when you get tired during those workouts. We're all going to be on a beach very soon. So
I hope so.
Yeah, but it's a little like those short-term things, or like a friend's wedding, or like sometime reunion. That's a good one. Reunion. Yep, love that. Yep. So and then so that's the motivation. Now the other part of the fitness journey is what's going in the mouth, right? So, and I know you guys are eating perfectly according to our meal plan that we give you guys. I know that's, no one eats, there is no perfect diet, everybody is unique. So, what are some things, like you just recently came on board with us, but like before, was it a free-for-all and now you're more conscious, or tell us about that?
I'm definitely, ever since you showed me the meal plan, I'm trying to, because you want to see results. You know, you're working out, you're doing your part, but you also you cannot be eating crazy and drinking most of the time.
Right.
So
so just ice healthy. Chips, just eating ice chips and lettuce, and that's pretty much it.
Pretty much. I mean, no. Focusing on protein, lean protein, eating a lot of greens, staying away from alcohol. That's my biggest issue.
So you cut a lot of the drinking out.
Right.
Those liquid calories. Tip to the audience right there. First thing you should really do is, if you're thinking about embarking on your fitness journey, cut out the liquid calories. So juice, soda, could be maybe a few extra glasses of wine. Let's start trimming that back and even cut it out for a week, see how you feel. That's a huge amount of calories. I remember, I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but we were talking about one, like, okay, so a glass of wine with dinner, right? No big deal. But if you eliminate one soda or one juice or one glass of wine, it's about 150 calories a day. At the end of the year, it ends up to 10 pounds worth of additional calories just by cutting that one drink out of your diet. That's if all the other scenarios are the same, you don't eat any more or less. So it's not really a necessarily true figure, but it's pretty staggering. That liquid calorie could be just causing that little bit of weight gain every year. So you cut out a lot of the drinking. Soda,
alcohol, and my biggest problem, because I work late, so I eat late. I don't get home till 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So I try to just nothing after 10 o'clock.
Right.
Just to say have dinner at 9 o'clock and then that's it. Yeah. Because I have those 3 or 4 extra hours, I'll be munching on something all night, and I think that was the biggest problem.
Just like mindless eating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just a chip or unhealthy food.
Sure. Tricia.
My biggest vice before starting was carbs, like bagel for breakfast, a sandwich for lunch, bread with dinner or pasta. That was the biggest thing for me when we started this whole journey, was kind of realizing that I don't need all that bulk to feel full. Like I can have the yogurt for breakfast with the berries, and that satisfies me.
Right.
So
that's a great start to the day right there. Yeah.
That was the big thing for me.
And we've learned to make substitutions.
Okay.
So
substitutions, I like that.
We've introduced spaghetti squash rather than the pasta.
Yeah.
And various things like that, and nuts rather than,
chips.
Other processed foods that we were munching on.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. We don't do 100%. Like
nobody does.
Nobody
does, and that's okay. So, but you're making substitutions, so I like that. So for our viewers, like a couple of things that are working for you guys. Cutting out the liquid calories, substituting, like instead of granola on the yogurt, great thing is like sliced almonds. Perfect. So if you're having like the same amount of calories, but you just replace that, make that swap, it's way cleaner. To make a little morsel of granola, it doesn't look like that in nature at all, right? That's very processed. So we want to try and cut those kind of processed foods out. And I love that. Substitutions is the way it goes. You know, years ago when I was really playing around with my diet, and just so you know, audience, I've been on every diet under the sun. And I'm always experimenting on my body so that I know when I'm talking to my clients, hey, I've tried that, I didn't really like this, but I like this part of the diet. And it's not actually about a diet, it's about it's a meal plan. It's like something that you can do for your life, because a lot of people try and take stuff on that's like, I'm gonna do this for like, it's okay to do like a 30-day challenge and stuff like that. Like that's how we started, right? We did a 30-day challenge, like cut out some of this processed food. And that's totally good, but as far as like, I don't know, some fruit diet for like, 2 weeks, like how long could you possibly keep that up? It's just stuff like that that's, okay, it's great for a little bit, but is it gonna really have any lasting effect? I'd say probably not. Tough to keep that up, so it's gotta be something that works for you. But anyway, when I was really trying all these different diets and things, I was making you're talking about substitutions. I was making all these like baked treats, like these like cookies that were, healthier. Just swapping out, like instead of wheat, using an almond meal in the cookie recipe, or like I don't eat oatmeal, but at the time I was replacing oats with some of the flour as well. And I think even the kids would like those recipes too. So just making some swaps. Now, some of you may not know this, but Ayman owns Marketplace in Danbury here, and you guys are doing a great thing with the menu. I love that. It's all about, well, maybe you can tell us kind of the theory, the model.
I mean, it's all about farm to table. I grew up on a farm. Yeah. So coming from that mentality, that's why I like to bring that kind of concept to a restaurant that we don't have around Danbury.
You grew up on a farm?
Yeah.
Like milking the cows and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
I mean, our farm was very sustainable. We didn't have to go to a grocery store. Yeah. All the vegetables, the fruit, the cattle, pretty much everything was there. So, and everything was organic. Wow. That was the biggest thing. And,
where was that?
That was back home in Lebanon. I didn't grow up in
Lebanon,
the States, yeah.
Okay. All right.
So, that's why you try to bring this idea to here, because, if you go anywhere, everything is pretty much either processed or genetically modified. Sure. And by doing the whole farm-to-table organic idea, I think it's in our community will be a big help. And
you know how rare that is right now. I mean, it's just so great that you're doing that. And that,
I mean, we support a lot of farms that's actually local. Brookfield, Bridgewater, Newtown, New Milford. There's a lot of farms that they're unheard of, and we get our product for them. That's why our menu actually changes seasonally. Yeah. So every 3 months we're actually doing new products depending on what the farms have to offer. Right.
That's fantastic. Another thing that always comes up, speaking about the farm to table and stuff, a lot of concern is people are like, yeah, I could eat better, but like it's so expensive, right? It's pay now or pay later.
Yeah. True.
So like, yeah, you could go to McDonald's for $5 and get the big lunch and put all that in your body. But I would say, I'd rather spend twice that and do some good. Yeah, that's really the only thing that's in control. Like in this world, if you think about like what goes in, like you do have control about what goes in. Yep. We don't have control about a lot of other stuff, but with that, it's pretty amazing. So it's a powerful tool.
Yeah. And as a mom of 4, I have a grocery bill that is quite large.
Sure.
And I do try to make my meals based on things that are seasonal and on sale, and so I can provide for them healthy meals and not overtax my budget.
Sure, buying in bulk, that's really important. I want to talk about that more, and right now, you guys, we're going to actually cut to a clip. We've been talking about fitness and exercise and some food here. We're going to cut to if there was only one exercise you can do at home, it's the squat. We have an awesome clip here. One of our fitness superstars, Suzy, has volunteered herself to do a couple of demos with how to squat. This is Squat Basics 101. And then we have a few of our cool fitness toys that we threw in the mix as well. So we're going to be running a clip of that in a second, and we'll kind of walk you through it if you've never done a squat before. this will be a great start for you. If you have and you want a little more of a challenge, we got some options, some variations for you as well. So here we go. Here's Suzy doing some box squats. This is a great place to start because essentially when you sit down, you're doing a squat. And she's just driving through the heels right there. You can't really see it maybe from where we're looking, but she's holding a dumbbell. Adds a little more resistance, and we took rid of the box, got rid of the box. Now she's doing the kettlebell goblet squat. Love that. Kettlebells just look pretty badass. But other than that, now she's got it on one side, so she's actually, that's the kettlebell racked squat. She's working a little more of those obliques. She's having fun with that. As you can see, it's so fun. Now she's just showing off here. She's going squat to press overhead with a jumbo medicine ball. This is her favorite move, sandbag shoulder squats. Again, working a little extra core because we've got it off sides. And the big keg, pressing it up. Love that. It's fantastic. So those are some really great squat variations that we do at the boot camp on a regular basis. Why is the squat so good? You guys know why the squat's so good?
Total body.
Works out your core.
These are great answers. See, we couldn't have said it any better. I totally agree. So the more muscles that you use at one time, the more calories you're going to burn, the more lean muscle that you're going to build. And so you're really taxing the body. It's a compound movement. The other thing is it's very functional. So when you're walking around in daily life or you got to pick something up, grab the kids, grab the groceries, open the car door. This way your back doesn't get blown out and you're actually very functional in life too. Plus you just look awesome too. So, but can you actually get some benefits with just a body weight squat? Yes. And after a certain point, that's going to start to get easy for you. We add that resistance. Ayman had made a great point about that it does work the core a little extra. Yeah, so if you don't hunker over when you're doing it, just staying upright, like we're all sitting nice and tall right now. Let's do, okay, good. So don't worry, you guys. You don't have to do any squats right now. You're not going to bust out in the squats.
You sure? We're ready to go.
Well, we're mic'd up, so we can't actually we're fixed to our seats, you know. But anyway, compound movements. Here's a few moves that you shouldn't be working on if you're at the gym and you're wondering. Now, a lot of people, they don't know what to do when they're at the gym. We take the guesswork out at the boot camp. So if you ever have the chance, come by and check us out. We'd love to, take the guesswork out for you. But some of the most common things that people do at the gym, total waste of time, is isolating muscle groups. So, for example, those machines that you're sitting on, where you're doing this thing, you're kind of sitting down, doing this, just isolating muscles. There's no situation in real life where we actually do that. So you're training the neuromuscular system to actually do something it's not meant to do. And it takes the core element out of the equation. So anything that you're doing on a machine, I would say there's a better version that you could do without using the machine and just doing either standing up or it depends on the move. But we'll be showing you more clips. Please be sure to write in or email us if you're liking some of these fitness tips. We'll be doing more of them. The other thing, which we're not doing today, but we are going to do some healthy recipes for you guys, like some smoothies and things like that. So that's going to be pretty exciting. So look, you guys, I want to hit you on the spot. What is the exercise that you actually the worst that we do, but it's beneficial, but the worst one? Ready, go.
Heel clicks.
Oh, the heel click today.
That's a good one.
That was a good new one that we added in.
Especially
I can't even show you guys that. It's just so new. No one in the world is doing this move. It's a heel click move. Cool. We'll have to feature that next week.
Yeah, for 50 seconds, I'll get you.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, Tricia.
Plank ropes.
The plank ropes. Okay, so she's talking about, actually in our opening clip, you guys saw us using the ropes. Those battle ropes are fantastic for your arms. Great cardio as well. But then we do a spin on it where you're actually in a plank position, slamming those ropes. Those are rough.
Yeah,
very rough.
One-legged, really tough.
One leg. I saw you doing that last weekend. Yeah. Nice.
I'm going to say the burpee.
Just general burpees, any variation on the burpees.
With the push-up, and that's a killer.
So anytime you see that on the board when we put that up, I wish I didn't come today, or
get it over first.
Oh.
That's our strategy.
Right. Get those done. Now, if you guys don't know what a burpee is, definitely just Google it. It got really mainstream over the last couple of years. But it is a pretty awesome exercise. You get down on the ground, you either do a push-up or not, and then you just jump back up. But it is a total body move. The guy actually that came up with it, it was like his thesis for when he was in school, and ended up it's a military move that they used before World War I as a tactic to condition the soldiers. So it's actually got some really deep history. I actually don't know if his name was Burpee, or, I mean, it is kind of a funny name, right? But we do some fun variations on that, like, what else? What other variations? We've done the lateral burpee.
My favorite is the lateral.
Yeah, you always like that one.
We did the keg burpee.
We did the keg burpees the other day with the keg. Awesome. So, hey, you guys, I want to talk more about that, of course. But right now we're going to cut to a segment that we call Ask Max. And I am going to be answering some common questions that I get a lot of the time at our facility, and just for people that I run into that are trying to step up their fitness and health. Feel free to email me on the, when we're going to send that plug out in a minute. Email me, max@maxsbestbootcamp.com, or any of our social medias to ask any of your fitness questions that you'd love to answer. There it is right there for you. So we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. There's an email, YouTube. So what the question of the day today is juicing. Is juicing good? Should I do it? We were talking about this a little bit earlier, you guys, right? People usually say, if you do some research, I get asked this question, I think I'm going to do a juice cleanse. And I don't mean to tease on that, but it's not a magic bullet. We're always looking for this magic bullet, right? Like, I heard this supplement is really good, or like I heard juicing. Like, my friend Mary, she did juicing and she lost like 40 pounds. So like that juicing thing, I'm doing that. So I would challenge you to say that juicing in itself is not what made some of these weight loss miracles happen. A lot of times what you have is people going from standard American diet, eating McDonald's, and going for the fried breakfast stuff or the cereals, and then they just started juicing and replacing those calories with just a fresh squeezed juice. So one, they're eating a lot cleaner, so that's why they feel better, so they're not eating all that crap. And then two, just they're eating less calories, and that's essentially what's giving them the weight loss. So as far as juicing, no, it's not a magic bullet. I'm not opposed to you making a fresh squeezed juice. But again, I would say that that's a lot of sugar calories coming in that, you'd probably be more satisfied eating just some real food, like shifting those 150, 200, 300 calories towards just a real breakfast, like some whole eggs or some yogurt and berries, like Tricia, you were saying, some nuts on top. That's going to be more lasting and more filling for you. So that's our question for the day. Don't forget, if you guys really have those questions that are burning, whether they're fitness or health related, go ahead and ask us on the social medias or quick email anytime. So hey, we were talking about the juicing. What about blending? You guys do any smoothies or anything?
Do a lot of smoothies at our house.
Doing a lot of the smoothies?
Yes.
So the kids get into the smoothies too?
The kids love the smoothies before a game.
Okay, before the game. It is a very convenient way to cram in some food.
Yes.
And get a little bit of a meal in there. So what are you putting in the smoothies? Ice cream?
Well, Mackenzie made she made one this morning, and it had Greek yogurt, frozen berries mixture, half a banana, and protein powder.
Love that.
And she actually had that for breakfast, as did a couple of my other kids.
Okay. And here's a quick tip also. What kind of yogurt was in that, Kim?
It was Greek, plain Greek yogurt.
Plain, unsweetened?
Unsweetened Greek.
Are you sure?
It was.
All right, I believe her. I don't doubt what you say. No, because you guys, there's some yogurt out there, and a lot of people, I'll recommend that, the Greek yogurt. If you do well with dairy, yogurt is a fine calorie. Whole yogurt, not 0%. That stuff, they take the fat out and they pump the sugar in. Or if you get the plain unsweetened zero, it's still even more kind of carbohydrates than if you had just like a whole yogurt, okay, with the real fat.
I remember that was one of my biggest surprises when we first started, when you told us how the yogurt that has the fruit in it,
like that brand, you know, that brand, the Chobani, or
had as much sugar in it as a Snickers.
Yeah.
And I was so flabbergasted. And there are times I want to stop the people at the grocery store and say, wait, don't eat it.
Have you ever stopped them?
I want to, but I don't want to be so rude.
Because I do that.
Well, and you should. You should, but...
Watch out if you're at the grocery store. I'm coming. We are going to be doing a cart check at Whole Foods. I'll show you next couple of weeks. We're going to be doing that.
But the plain Greek yogurt is something to get used to.
Yes.
It is certainly something to...
Well, because there's no sugar in there.
Exactly.
Right? So.
But it has ended up being one of our favorite parts.
Yes.
So the berries, you're getting a little more of the sugar from like the berries, natural sugar.
Right, and
berries.
a tiny bit of stevia.
I put stevia in mine.
Okay, stevia. It's our approved sweetener. It's a natural sweet leaf.
The unprocessed kind.
Mm-hmm. You getting the green, the raw one?
The organic.
It's the organic one.
It's organic, yeah, but it is still pretty processed. Ideally, no sweetener. So that's what else? You doing any smoothies at the house?
Yeah,
we are running close on time.
We do smoothies at the house.
Smoothies on time?
Same thing. Frozen berries for the
Love
most
that.
part.
Okay. You guys, I just want to thank you for coming on the show. Can we do like a little flex shot right here, everybody? A little flex shot? Yeah, nice. Feels so good to be in great shape. So thank you for coming by. Really appreciate your time. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And as for the viewers, you guys, hope you're getting something out of these shows. It was our first show, and we had a blast with you. More to come. I think they signed us up for like, I don't know, a couple seasons worth. So we'll keep coming at you. Really pleasure to have you here. Thanks for taking the time out of your day. And again, don't forget to send us some of your comments and questions through the social medias. Connect with us on there. We're always happy to get back to you. And come try us out. Come check out, what a fun, effective workout's actually all about. And have a great rest of the day. So thank you again. You guys, thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
And really appreciate it. Yeah. Until next time, you guys.